We are right now in August of 2017. I want to provide a measure of the cost of postponing the fiscal adjustment in Brazil relatively to doing or to have done this adjustment in June of 2017. So how do we do it? There is an accompanying paper of Carlos Tadeu de Freitas and myself, which is going to be published in the Revista de Economia Política, where one can follow the methodology. The way how we do it is the following. The debt to GDP ratio is right now 49.9%. if one considers the net debt and 72.7% if one considers the gross debt. Because we have a primary deficit instead of a primary surplus, the debt to GDP ratio is increasing very quickly. So we compare solving the fiscal problem right now, meaning decreasing the primary deficit in order to meet the long-run sustainability condition, relatively to doing the same thing after June of 2017. And we measure the additional cost in terms of interest rates as a fraction of GDP under some assumptions. So let's move to the graph. If you take, for instance, June of 2018 in this graph, you're going to see two numbers. The lower number is 0.16% of GDP, close to 10 billion reais, and the higher number is 0.19% of GDP, close to 12 billions of reais. So these numbers represent the additional interest payments that have to be made because the adjustment hasn't been done 1 year before, in June of 2017. So this is to say that, for instance, just for means of comparison, we are thinking right now of privatizing Eletrobras. It's a revenue of close to 20 billions of reais. These costs of postponing the fiscal adjustment in Brazil leads to an increase of interest rate payments due to the fact that the debt is increasing, even as a fraction of GDP, of over a half of the revenue expected from the privatization of this huge Brazilian enterprise. So this is to say that we do not have time to waste. We have to move very quickly and definitely in order to fix the fiscal problem in Brazil. Right now, debt to GDP ratio is increasing because of the interests and is increasing because of the primary deficit. We have to move the primary deficit into a primary surplus that pays at least a fraction of the interest rates so that the debt to GDP ratio increases at a lower pace and meets the long-run fiscal sustainability condition. How to do it by decreasing expenditures is something that we are going to analyze in another video. Thank you.